to Jed Talking. I'm Brooke.
And I'm Nicholas.
And we're the Future Jeds.
This is a podcast all about our likes, dislikes, and loves.
And us just
talking.
So in this week's episode, we are going to talk about our top 10 favorite songs of all time.
This is not a full definitive list. These lists can change over time, just for the record.
It was so difficult.
Disclaimer.
It was so difficult to think of just 10.
I got a few.
Honorable mentions are in there too.
Yeah, they will be listed. Sorry about that.
They'll be listed.
They will be listed at the end.
Yes, we do mention a few honorable ones. But before we begin on our lists, I think it'd be interesting for everyone to hear how we individually came up with these lists. What was your what would be the words?
I don't know what you're trying to say. What would be my
how
technique?
How you strategize, yes.
I mean, I liked songs, and then I looked at my Pandora and saw which ones I liked, because that's the songs I enjoy. And then from there, I was able to narrow it down to about 14, 15 or so, and then I just had to choose from there.
And for me, I knew my top one. I knew my favorite song, and then I was like, now it could go anywhere from here.
I knew most of them that were on the list already. Some were actually, I thought were going to make it and didn't make it. So, yeah.
What was your, man, I'm losing all my words today.
Yeah, you can't
What
speak
was, how you knew that one won? What made it be in the list? The ones that you were considering, you said you thought that.
No, just the ones I like. I just know there are certain songs that when they're on, I can't not sing along to them.
See, that was one of my things that made it to be okay, is this song going to make it or not?
Yeah. If I couldn't sing along, if I just liked the meaning of the song, there are a few things, but...
See, and me, I went through, I had my one, then I was like, okay, we really need to break it down. So I got out my Spotify, and my Spotify playlists are very categorized. We really break it down. And so I went through every single playlist and looked at every single song, and then it just started typing out oh, that song could make it. I really like that song. Just typed out all of those songs. And then after I'd made it through all the playlists, then I sat down and was like, okay, now let's order them and see which ones actually make it or not.
You went through a lot more struggle than I did on this.
But I enjoy doing that. That's our processes for all of these different things are so wildly opposite.
Yeah.
Mine's typed out and has different, because we're going to say why we have that song as one of our favorites. And I have points about why I think that they're my favorite song, but they're points. They're not sentences.
Which is good, because we're trying not to take forever doing this.
Whatever. But... Again, before we get started, thank you guys so much for all of your support.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. We love doing this. It's so exciting to sit down every week and we're like, okay, what are we going to do next? And okay.
We have a good time.
Hey, baby, you want a date?
No.
You want to get married?
Sure.
Pinky promise?
At the altar.
Can we pinky promise at the altar?
No.
PJ, can we pinky promise at the altar? All right. So, do you want to go 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
10 to 1.
Okay.
You end on your favorite at
That's
all
what I was
times.
thinking. Okay.
And then you do your honorable mentions right before your favorite.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I know all these top 10 lists. This is what I watch on YouTube.
When he was like, okay, if we're going to do a podcast, we have to do top 10s. I was like, what is that?
That's what I watch on YouTube forever.
Again, we have wildly different YouTube tastes. We're just so different in all the ways.
Yep. And you're about to see more of our music taste.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I don't think that we'd have one that was even close to similar. I don't want to know. We don't know each other's.
I don't think we have anything close.
We know each other's top song, and I can guess his other top songs a little bit better than he can guess mine. But we have not shared these lists with each other.
Not yet.
So we'll be surprised. So, coming in at number 10, I have Summertime by Kenny Chesney. So, I like country a lot. I do. And
Spoiler,
my mom's...
no country on my list.
My mom's favorite artist is Kenny Chesney. We're on a first name basis with him in our house.
He's just Kenny.
He's just Kenny. Yeah, no. She's like, why is Kenny not on? It'll be the dead of winter. Like, Christmas music will be playing. She's like, I'm really feeling like listening to some Kenny.
Yeah.
We have an Alexa in our kitchen. When have you heard Alexa not play Kenny?
I don't know. When she's not home.
Yeah, but especially the summertime, the season, we're listening to Kenny 24/7.
Yes,
like,
so great.
One of my favorite quotes from my mom, we were going through a car wash and we were having to wait in it, and it was like probably around this time of year, last year or the year before, so it was still kind of cold outside, but it was a beautiful day, so we rolled down the windows a little bit while we were waiting in line, and she goes, it's a beautiful day. Why is Kenny not on? And we played this song, so Summertime by Kenny Chesney. I just love the connection I have with my mom in that song. Like, she loves Kenny. We went to a Kenny Chesney concert together a few summers ago. We were singing and having a ball, and I love her. Her face lights up like she's in love with this man.
She loves Kenny Chesney.
And it's just such a good summer song. I just feel the summer vibes. It's a beach vibe too. You feel like you should be at the beach with a drink in your hand in a hammock, but also going to a night party.
Yeah, I guess.
And it just puts you in a good mood. Like, you don't like country, but you can't tell me that it doesn't put you in a good mood.
It's like, I guess I should do something.
It's just 2 bare feet on the dashboard. I can't get copyrighted.
No.
Nick said I can't sing all of these songs to you.
No, we're not big enough yet. Maybe one day.
One day YouTube will come
YouTube
for
will
us.
find us.
Yes. All right, what's your last place?
Okay, at number 10. Way different song than Summertime. It is High School Never Ends by Bowling for Soup, released in 2006. My brother likes Bowling for Soup, and I guess I wanted to be like him, so I started listening to them, and that's kind of how I got most of my music taste. And Caleb, if you're listening, I totally lied to you. That is my favorite Bowling for Soup song after I thought about it more.
Did you guys talk about Saturday. This before the podcast?
Not 3 days ago, before I even knew this was happening. But this is my favorite song by them. It's a very different song from Summertime. It's all about how high school truly is never over. All the cliques still exist. You're always just trying to be more popular. You just want to have the money. You're trying to get all the chicks.
Is that you? You want all the money and chicks?
No, but if you don't do that, some people consider you lame in high school and now. I mean, I don't think so, but other people might. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I think about the world as well. That sounds so depressing. That's not depressing as long as you have a good time. But yeah, just like it never truly ends. You're never out of trying to be popular.
That's true.
You just kind of grow up. You just join a new high school called a job.
That's very true. See, this is just reiterating my point that I made. Was it last week or the week before? How Bowling for Soup has really good songs in terms of the lyrics. If they just wouldn't sing them, it'd be
they have a very raspy voice.
It's like,
yeah, I mean,
I'm just a kid.
That is not their song.
I know, but that's what I think of when I hear them.
That's
1985.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't think that's their voice, but
it's so whiny.
I like them.
But I do admire that that's your song choice.
Mm-hmm. What's your number 9?
Number 9 is... Our songs are so different. It's "Show Me How You Burlesque" by Christina Aguilera, and
What?
yes, it is in the movie Burlesque. It's a song from the movie.
I didn't know that was a movie.
It has Cher.
Why would I care about that? I've heard of her, but like I couldn't identify her.
Okay, so why I love this song so much that it would be in my top 10 is, first of all, Christina Aguilera is very talented. And she has a deeper voice, which is one of the few female artists that I can actually match pitch, because I have a very deep singing voice.
Yep.
And I cannot hit high notes to save my life. That's why all of my singing on here, just a disclaimer, it's fake. I'm not trying. I don't want people to think I sing that poorly. But Lauren and I, my sister, we really liked this movie and we loved this song. And so Lauren and I are 2.5 years apart in age, but 3 in grade. So we were... Actually, Nick lives right next to the high school I went to. Like, I can see it out the window.
Yeah.
And so she was a freshman when I was a senior. And we did all the same sports and all of that, just right from the get-go. So we would come home from soccer practice with our windows down and everything. And we would roll up to my driveway. And I have a steep driveway. And I had just gotten my car. And we would turn the volume up and roll the windows down, and one of us would get in front of the car, in front of the garage door to perform for the other. So, like, my stereo was on, like, 25, and we were like, so show me how you burlesque, get it up, get it up. We have a full routine. Lauren was wanting to do drama at that point in high school, and she was like, I need to try out with something, but I'm not good at dancing. Will you like put it, and this is like a perfect type of song for that. It's high energy, it's cute, it's fun, and I did a full routine for her. We both did it, and it was just so much fun. It was such a good memory to have with my sister. Like, we'll be 80 years old and still have that.
You got a lot more memories with your songs than I do.
That's why it took me like almost 2 hours to put this list together.
I didn't really find music until like like junior year of high school.
Oh my goodness, no. An honorable mention within this one song is how I was talking about Lauren and I connecting. Antidote by Travis Scott. I wouldn't look it up. It's not the best song. It doesn't have the greatest meaning, but on the way to school, for some reason, this song came out my senior year, I guess, and we made up a full-on choreography to it as well, and you can do it like... I did it for Nick in the car, and he was like, that was underwhelming.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's an honorable mention within this. So, Lauren, shout out. I love you. I love you. Show me how you burlesque forever. That'll be so cute when we're 80.
Oh, yes.
All right, you go.
Me?
Number
All right.
9.
Okay, number 9 is New Man by Ed Sheeran, released in 2017.
Yes. Okay, that was it.
Don't ask me why I like the songs that much, because I have no idea, but I love it. It has nothing to do with my life, because it's all about a girl who broke up with a person, found a new man, but is still trying to call the other boyfriend.
Oh, I thought that was like he was in the friend zone.
No, he is totally the person she broke up with.
Because if it was meant to be, it wouldn't be calling me or something like that.
That's
Isn't
not
that
the
in
song.
No?
I mean, if you're trying to call me up, trying to F, I don't think he's in the friend zone. I mean...
Maybe I know I've heard this song.
Well, I don't think you know what song I'm talking about. But it's all about just a girl who broke up, went with another guy, but still wants to get back together, but he's not having any of it. But I have no idea why I like it. I just find it super catchy. It's pretty much a slow rap by Ed Sheeran. It's just really...
You really like Ed Sheeran.
Well, that's his only song on here, so...
But you like him as an
I do
artist.
like Ed Sheeran. Randomly. I don't know why he fit in.
I'm not sure either.
It doesn't fit with anything else I like. But Ed Sheeran makes it. But yeah, that's my favorite song of his. I have no real connection to it. There's nothing like that happened in my life like that, but it's a great song. I would check it out.
So my number 8 is Can I Have This Dance by Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron from the movie High School Musical. I believe that one is High School Musical 3.
Yes.
That is the scene where they are up on the rooftop, the garden rooftop of their high school. I have no idea what high school is this luxurious as the one in this movie, but it was so romantic. They were both wearing such cute outfits. He had just asked her to prom. The romance was... and it started raining. As a middle school child,
it's almost like it was filmed as a movie with dramatics.
As a middle school child, could you see middle school me? Oh my goodness, I was all sorts. I was feeling some type of way. I was like, oh my gosh, I need this.
Yes,
I
that's
need
what you
this
need.
type of man in my life. Are you gonna lift me up as we dance in the rain?
On a rooftop?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ever gonna do that. It sounds like a lot of work to plan out rain in a rooftop.
To plan out rain.
I mean, I have to schedule the fact that I gotta be in a rooftop at this time because it's supposed to rain here.
At this time.
At this time. Hopefully it does. It's only 75% chance, so.
But I just love that song. It takes me back to my childhood. I was a huge High School Musical fan. Like, when High School Musical 2 came out, I had a watch party at my house. I remember screaming at the TV when Troy left Gabriella, sobbing, crying. I was like, no, oh my gosh. Because as a kid, you're like, you don't get that the movie will end with the couple being together and everything will be fine. I was like, this has ripped out my 7-year-old heart and thrown it on the ground. Why would you do this to Troy, Gabriella, even though Troy was being such a butthole? But
yeah.
I loved High School Musical, so that type of song just takes me back, and it's very romantic. Like, the words even speak to me now. Like, the words of that song aren't so childish that as a 22-year-old getting married, that I would just be like, oh, that's silly. Like,
that still works.
Yeah. So that song, I'm sorry, Mom, will be playing at our wedding. She doesn't like Vanessa Hudgens' voice, so she doesn't want me to play any of her songs. But I'm like, can I have this dance? Can I have this dance? See, I can't sing high. It's impossible. There's food in my hair.
Oh, that's weird.
All right, what's your next one?
All right, my next one is How to Save a Life by The Fray, released in 2005.
Oh, it makes me want to die.
That's what
Because
the whole
it's
song's
so sad.
about.
I know.
Yeah, but like,
but it's a very good song.
that's like my biggest fear is someone committing suicide. So it does speak to me because that's pretty much how I would feel if. Hopefully that never happens, but if it did, that would be the exact thing I would be feeling. Just I would have helped. I would have sat with you the whole night if I needed to, but you didn't let me. But it's a really good song. It is more of a sad song for sure.
Dark.
It doesn't really, get you in a feel good mood, but I really like it. I love it. It's a song that I will continue to play. Like, whenever it comes on, I always get a little excited just because I'm like, yeah, this is a great song. I love the meaning. It has no childhood memory to it, but
everyone knew it when it came out. It was immediately popular.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it exactly when I was 5 years old.
That was how long ago it was?
Yeah, released in 2005.
Oh my goodness, because Candace on Directionally Challenged, remember how I said her husband is the head singer of the Fray?
Yes.
She said, because they said that song came out when Vampire Diaries pilot was, which doesn't seem right. Maybe they just
2005.
Maybe they just played it in the pilot. Maybe it wasn't all that new. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm sorry.
You'd have to do more research on Vampire Diaries because I got nothing for you. But really great song.
That is a good song. So, my next one is Coppa Cabana by Barry Manilow.
Little happier.
Yes, we really have we haven't seen each other's list, so it's hilarious how his songs will be depressing and then mine's like
Next one's
High School
depressing too.
Musical. So the Cabana, for those who are older than 20 years old, might remember that I don't even know, it may have come out in the 80s or 90s. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I only could guess that because I found it because of, everyone say it together, Friends! So Friends, the TV show, I think it was probably season 2, when Rachel is a bridesmaid at her ex-fiance's wedding, for her ex-best friend who's getting married to that guy, and she is terrified to give a speech because everyone has just been like dragging her because she ran out on Barry at the altar and now she's at his wedding and everything like that. Everyone's making fun of her and she feels so bad, and she looks at Ross and she's like, I've never been so nervous, and like the last time I felt this way was when I had to sing the Cabana in the 8th grade and I froze up. And so then when she's trying to make a speech and everyone's mad at her, she's like, her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. And I'd never heard that song before because I'm 22 years old. I mean, I think I'd probably heard it, but like I had never heard it all the way through. And then they all
You never heard
singing.
it in Friends is what happened. You didn't care about it until it was there.
That's true. And it's such a good song. It's a very weird song. Very strange. Like,
oh, yeah.
People are shooting each other and someone's died and a girl is now a sad little showgirl who, her faded feathers in her hair.
No idea.
It's such a good, at the Coppa. But it's also a beach vibe song. It's on my Beach Please, Nana's calling. Hi, Nana. Sorry, we're in a podcast. I hope it didn't answer it. Okay, good. But it's on my Beach Please album, and I love it. I sing it all the time at the beach. I have videos of Lauren and I on our first beach trip away together, and we are singing it in the dark, on the beach, in the ocean, and it's such a good song. I sing it with my family all the time because they know it, and it's just a happy song. It's always a positive vibe.
Yes.
Now, what's your sad
Well, on a
vibe?
not so happy note. No, I mean, this song's more upbeat in terms of rhythm. It's His Favorite Christmas Story by Capital Lights, released in 2008. I found this song last Christmas, so it has not been on my playlist for a long time. But I fell in love with it. It is all about a guy who, in 1937, at 10:45, danced with someone, and then they left and never found each other again, and he just goes around telling people his great story about the great night he had with her. And at the very end, as he slowly dies on a hospital bed, the nurse who is with him was the lady that he danced with all those years ago.
It was a really sweet song.
A sweet, sad song, but I guess it's a Christmas song because it's his Christmas story, but it's not like a happy Christmas song.
No,
but
it's kind of like that shoe song for Christmas.
I mean, way better than the shoe song. But, I mean, the first time I heard it, I didn't know what was going to happen, and I was like, oh man, that got dark, but I love this song. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like what would happen if I didn't find you, if we just, if we just danced for a little bit and then we left. Which could have happened, by the way.
Very well could have happened. Then I could have tried to save you while you were dying.
Maybe. You'd have to become a nurse first.
Then no, never
But
mind. You better fall into a puppy factory or something.
But yes, it's a really good Christmas song. I really, really enjoy listening to it.
It is a good one. Number 6 is Burning Love by Elvis Presley. That's my oldest one. I think it was probably the 60s, I think.
I don't know.
Nana would know. And Mom would too. But Elvis holds a very special place in my heart. So my Nana, never got to see Elvis in concert, but was alive during his prime. And she loved Elvis, and therefore she kind of taught my mom to love Elvis. And when I think I started going to Memories at like 2 years old. So I grew up on Elvis, Buddy Holly, Patsy Cline, Blues Brothers, all of that stuff. My Nana and I would go to Tennessee for the weekend, and we would go to a place called Memories Theater, which is where impersonators would perform those songs for those people and dress up. It was really cool. We were groupies. I'm friends with 2 of those people on Facebook still.
Goodness.
Like, I sat on their laps while they signed like scarves and bow ties and everything. I have probably 40 scarves signed by Lou, who was the Elvis impersonator. But I knew all the Elvis songs. I wasn't into slow songs as a child. My Lizzie McGuire light up shoes made me very famous. I would get in the aisles when they would start, and I would be like, woohoo, yes!
You would still do that.
Or 100%, no light up shoes, but as a grown adult, I would perform in the aisle.
You should get some.
And then when he would start a slow song, I would look at him and go and lay in my Nana's lap until he performed a better one. But so Elvis is like a really cool thing. I just started watching the Elvis movies with my mom. Some of them are different, but for the most part, like, it's just a different time. Movies were made in a very different way.
The 60s were weird.
Yes, but that song is just one of his more kind of like party songs. Like, that one's the like, Almighty, feel my temperature rising. Okay. Higher and higher.
I know the song a little bit.
See, if Nick knows it, it's a popular song.
Fairly certain it's in Lilo and Stitch, so
It
and that's all that I know it from.
But it's one of those songs that makes you want to dance, makes you want to sing, all of that. It is romantic as well, which will make me love it immediately.
I mean, I think of a weird kid and an alien creature, so I don't know about romance for me.
And it just reflects back to my childhood and, like, my family. We can sing it. I can relate to my Nana with that. I can relate to my mom. I want to teach my kids Elvis songs.
Go ahead. I will not be in that area.
I'll teach you.
Well, I only know the ones in Lilo and Stitch.
Well, that's fair enough. What's your number 6?
All right. My number 6 is High Hopes by Panic at the Disco, released in 2018.
Always have
It's pretty much one of the best pump-up songs that I can think of. If you want to wake up and be like, all right, this day's going to be good, I would put this song on. I mean, just, all about how go make your own legacy. Don't let other people define you. Have high hopes for yourself. Don't just give up. Keep going. It's my favorite song by Panic at the Disco. I like a few of theirs, but also the best song on Beat Saber in the Oculus.
That.
It is the best song on there. I mean, the music video is weird, but still good. I mean, it's just him climbing up a building while walking up a building, just literally on the side of it. But yeah, I mean, if you wanna, it's just a song that if you're feeling down for a little bit after listening to the rest of my songs, just turn that one on. That one will get you through the day.
Such a discipline.
You'll be pumped up. You'll be happy. You'll be just
have high hopes.
You'll have high hope for yourselves. Don't let other people get you down. It's all about what you can do.
Your messages in your songs are very different. Like, all of your songs have messages, which are all beautiful in their own way, and like actually have meaning.
Don't say that yet. The next one does not have a message that I can really find.
But I do like that all of your songs that are your favorite.
Yeah, you have memories and I have messages.
I guess you could technically say that some of mine have messages.
Yes, but you more put them on the list because of your memories.
Yes, that's why they'd be my favorite song.
That's fine. I wasn't...
So really turning around here. At number 5, we have Low by Flo Rida.
Wow.
So this song, I don't even know when it came out. Probably like 2004, 2005.
You have a Flo Rida song on your top 10 list.
Yeah, but let me tell you. So, this is one of my childhood favorites. I have a full-on routine that I made up at 6 years old.
Oh my goodness.
That it's a full routine that I still do as an adult. Anytime this song comes on, I'm like, everyone stop talking. It's my time to perform.
Yeah.
Everyone sit down, relax. The show is about to begin.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. My cousin that I don't really get to see often because she lives far away is the one that she didn't show me this song. We were obsessed with this song and played it when she was here one time. And she's 6, 7 years older than me. And so when you're 6, that's like, oh my goodness, you're basically a senior citizen. But she taught me how to dance and how to dance to this song specifically. She also taught me in that same trip the pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it. But yeah, she taught me all of that. And so it's a cool little memory that I have. I can still picture us in the living room learning that dance from her. Mm-hmm. And it was just a bop in elementary and middle school. Like, that song came out on all the school dances.
Yeah.
I don't know how it was allowed based on the messaging.
Yeah.
Doesn't say a cuss word in it, but
no, but
the messaging isn't great. And I just still love it. It's one that I feel like could come on in 20 years from now when we're out places or something, and I'd be like, kids, hold mama's purse. It's time. I'm going.
Probably.
Hey. Watch mommy's routine.
That is what you'll say.
I'll teach the children my routine.
I know.
That's going to be so exciting to teach them my routines.
Well, not really, because you'll just get frustrated at them for not learning it fast enough.
Or trying to go on their own.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
trying to do their own
thing. You can't go rogue.
Don't do your own thing. Listen to mommy.
Yes.
Stop having creative minds.
No, they'll have to come up with their own songs and dances if they want to be creative. I was creative enough for this song. Don't try to go rogue on it.
Okay.
What about you? Number 5.
Number 5? Number 5 is... I don't know if there's any meaning in this song, but it's Trapped in the Drive-Thru by Weird Al, released in 2006. This song is over 10 minutes long. I remember, I think in like 6th grade, I found this song. Once again, brother listened to Weird Al, wanted to be like him, listened to Weird Al, became my favorite artist.
Caleb, you really just shaped my future husband here.
He's 10 years older than me and my big brother. You just want to be like him when you're little.
I can't relate.
Well,
I mean, I want to be like Lauren in certain ways.
No,
but...
Lauren's your younger sibling.
Exactly, I can't relate.
At 6, you weren't like, oh, I really want to be like Lauren, who's 4. I was able to do that. But the whole song is about a couple trying to figure out what to have for dinner. So they go to a drive-thru, and that's it. They go to a drive-thru. The line's super long. They have a few problems. He doesn't have his wallet with them. They got to figure out how to pay. It's a weird, weird song. It is a song that I have had memorized probably since 7th grade, 6th, 7th grade. I
want to see videos of Little Nick singing.
We don't film that. Who do you think I was?
I don't know, but I want it all to be filmed.
That's not how that works. But no, I mean, I would just sing it everywhere pretty much at that point in time.
Oh, how does it go?
What?
How does it go?
It's a very weird, it's just 2 people talking back and forth with a beat behind them, basically.
Oh, it's one of those songs?
Yeah, but, I mean, it's Weird Al's voice for both of them. Playing a man and a girl, so it's great.
Of course.
It's a very creative song. I wish I had enough creativity to make a 10-minute song about nothing. It's great. Please check it out if you have not listened to this one already, because you'll just look at it, you'll either laugh or you'll just go, what did I just watch?
And then you'll unsubscribe.
I don't unsubscribe.
All right.
What's your number 4?
Number 4 is Beautiful Crazy by Luke Holmes.
Oh.
What can I say about this song that hasn't already been said?
I have no idea what's been said about it.
Luke Holmes is just such an amazing artist. Oh my goodness, he's so talented. And I think it's so cool that we both went to the same high school and both went to the same college. Like, I'm just like, yes, score. But I think he's so talented, and one of the real reasons why, I mean, it's romantic, very, very romantic. And when Nick and I first started talking, I don't even know if we had officially, we definitely hadn't officially started dating, but I was playing this song in traffic with my mom, and it had just recently come out, and I was like, Mom, listen to this song I'm obsessed with, and she's like, that's not what you say about all the songs.
It's true.
But I was obsessed with that song. I played it all the time.
Yeah.
And she was like, wow, that is a good song. Like, that's totally you. Like, the person that he's talking about that in that song is totally you. Like, you have to find someone who thinks of you that way. And I smiled so big because I had just told Nick to listen to this song like the night before, and he was like, oh my goodness, that's exactly what I think of you. And I was like,
pretty much. You are crazy.
Oh my goodness.
And beautiful.
It's like beautiful, crazy. She can't help but amaze me the way that she dances, ain't afraid to take chances, and wears her heart on her sleeve. Yeah, she's crazy, but she's beautiful to me.
Yep, pretty much.
It's so good. It's so good. If you are even remotely potentially interested in country, as long as you don't want to like drive off a bridge when you hear country, I think that you should definitely listen to Luke Combs, and specifically this song. He does have another song in my honorable mentions category, but he's just so talented.
And number 4 for me, we have another Christmas song.
What is with you and Christmas songs in your top 10?
Because they're great songs. I love Christmas. But it's Peppermint Winter by Owl City, released in 2010. It's my favorite Christmas song. I mean, it's top on this list. But it's a song that gets me so in the mood for Christmas. It's a slower song for me, but just every word is just like, yep, that's Christmas. The main thing is that what's December without Christmas Eve? And I'm like, yeah, what is it without Christmas Eve? That's the whole point of this. The whole point of December is Christmas. But just the fact that it's just winter again. It's cold outside. It's almost Christmas. We're all getting excited for it. It's a song that really defines Christmas for me, at least. And I just love it. I love Owl City, even though he only has one song on this list. But how to make room for Weird Al.
That's very true for you.
But it's a great, great song. It gives me chills when I listen to it during the winter.
Aw. It is a good song. I remember you showed it to me, like, was it last winter?
I think, this Christmas, last Christmas. 2020?
2020. It was a good
Probably
song.
2020.
It's on my Christmas list now.
Well, that's good.
You know it's a good song when it makes my playlist.
No, it just means I might have to like it a little bit.
Whatever. Well, my number 3, which is a sore spot for us today, because Nick didn't say, he said it has like meaning, but I don't really care about it that much.
I mean, like, I care about
our song, Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, I mean, it will be the song we dance to, but like, I don't know if I put that in my top 10.
Well, let me say this.
Honorable mention now.
It's too late. You can't come back.
That's fine. I can live with that.
Everyone around here in like North Carolina, I guess the South, knows this song. I was shocked when they played it at Feed and Seed, and like barely anyone from the northern states knew it. I mean,
I had no idea it
AFC,
existed.
Ohio is the closest to North Carolina out of any of the states. So
No
if they
idea
didn't know it, no one knew it. But down here, it's such, like, everyone knows that song. When you hear the boom, 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 you're like, oh goodness, everyone grab your partner. Grab your partner. We're going to slow it down for this song. Everyone, grab your lady. Grab your loved one. But it is a romantic song for sure. It obviously has special meaning in that that is the song that we connected to. We shared that in our
Mm-hmm.
first podcast about why that means so much to us, how we got the tinglies in the heart. And it will be the song that we dance to at our wedding. And I think that Chris Stapleton is very talented. I didn't realize how many country artists I have on
You're a
my
Southern
top 10.
girl.
Another very good song by Kenny. Southern girls, they talk nice and slow.
I got confused.
Kisses sweeter than Tupelo, honey. It's such a good song. I hate that you didn't like it enough.
I mean, which one are we talking about?
I mean both, but Tennessee Whiskey.
I mean, I like it. It has a lot of meaning for me, but like, it's not a song that I personally
But I liked it
listen to.
before us.
Exactly.
Too,
I
so that
didn't
might
like
be
it
why.
before us.
Because you'd never heard it.
Well, I know I wouldn't have liked it if it didn't have any memory involved. It's not my type of song. It's a very slow
that's
country
obvious.
song. But the next one for me is a song I recently found, just like a month ago probably, and it's at number 3. But it's Somewhere in Neverland by All Time Low, released in 2012. It's just full on a song about growing up and how you don't want to. And
That's so you.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, just say goodbye to the halls and the classes, and say goodbye to the and say hello to the jobs and the taxes is the first line.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, yep,
It hits home.
that's the song. I'm like, that is what happens. Just the whole thing is just pretty much a man who's trying to take a girl. In this song, her name is Wendy, because why wouldn't it be? It's Neverland.
Oh.
But so I guess it's Peter Pan. I don't know. It's not like officially Peter Pan. But just go away to Neverland, so we never have to actually grow up. We can just be together. We don't have to worry about all this life-changing stuff. We can just, be together forever.
Is that the way you feel?
Yeah. I feel like I should never want to grow up, so it speaks to me on that level as well.
Yes, that's very true.
Since I'm like, yeah, let's be a kid. I don't want to leave kidhood, childhood.
No. That's why a lot of people probably think you're weird.
That's true. They do.
Well, let's see. So coming in at number 2 is Turning Page by Sleeping at Last. Both of our special wedding songs have made the top 10 for me. This song will be the song that I walk down the aisle to. I want to cry thinking about the song.
Wow.
It's so good.
That's powerful.
It is. I first heard it when it was played at the wedding of Bella and Edward in Twilight. I loved Twilight, was a big fan. Shelby, if you listen to this podcast, Shelby really got me into Twilight because she was reading the books. And then we went and saw the movies together. I was Team Edward for her, Team Jacob for me. So Taylor Lautner was saved for me.
I have no idea.
You've never watched Twilight?
Wow. Never cared to. Never had any desire to watch Twilight.
We'll be watching Twilight. But in
Watch a lot more
their
Star Wars.
wedding, this is played, and it's just such a romantic song. It's basically saying, like, I surrender who I am, for who you are. Nothing makes me stronger than your fragile heart. If I had only known what it felt like to be yours, I would have known what I've been living for all along. And what more of a perfect verbiage to walk down the aisle to my future husband. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's going to be tear central. Ugh, I'm going to have to take, like, drugs to make sure I don't, like,
Just put like a pin in my pants so I can maybe make myself cry, just in
I
case.
want it to be natural, but I do expect you to cry.
I know you expect me, and I can't promise that. I'm not an emotional person.
But I've always loved that song just from the romance. Again, it brings me back to my childhood, brings me back to that love for Twilight. And I just love the meaning of that song. And I love the piano. I am obsessed. Twilight made me obsessed with the piano. There's another, like, if you've seen Twilight, you know when they're laying in the grass in the meadows on the first movie where it's like, Dun, 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 dun. And oh my goodness, that was before, that movie came out before like smartphones were a thing, and I just gotten my phone. And for my ringtone, I went to like the voice record button on the phone and I put it up to my computer, and on YouTube I played that song from that clip of the movie, and I recorded it and saved it as my ringtone for my phone, which came out as horrible quality. So it's like, and I would almost let people go to voicemail just so that I could hear that song every day in that poor quality. I think the piano is a beautiful instrument, and I think you should learn how to play it. I should learn how to play it too.
First, I need a piano.
We don't have one. We're not musically gifted.
No.
We're gifted in so many other ways. Yes. Music, not one of them.
But on a completely different note than that, You Walking Down the Aisle is your second one. And my second one is The Saga Begins by Weird Al and Maiden. The only song that is older than me, made in 1999.
Which is younger than me.
Yes, so The Saga Begins is all about the Episode 1, The Phantom Menace of Star Wars. Weird Al actually made this song and released it before the first movie actually came out. He did it all in spoilers, basically. And it's spot on. It's 100% accurate. Like, there's nothing off of the song to the movie. If you don't want to watch the movie but want to know the storyline, just listen to The Saga Begins. He has a whole bunch of other Star Wars ones, but this one is the best one in my opinion. It's a parody of American Pie. So, already, this one's like 5 minutes long too. I like the long songs by him.
That was like 7, I thought.
American Pie is. This one's only 5. But it's full on, just Anakin become the whole story of episode 1 condensed in about 5 minutes. Upbeat, happy. All about how Anakin's about to become Darth Vader in a few years.
And who is your favorite artist?
Weirdo.
Yes. That is why you're wearing a shirt. It says, "Yes, I'm one of those Weird Al Yankovic people." Little side note, Nick had never been to a concert, and a few summers ago, is it 2 or 3 summers coming up? It's 2 summers ago. I took him to a concert for one of like a Christmas or birthday thing. Yeah. And it was a Weird Al concert in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it was his first ever concert. You would have thought, I took pictures of him at that concert, you would have thought that he had just like a kid meeting Santa. I have
a very few like celebrities I want to meet, and he was one of them. So it's cool to see him on purpose.
But we did on purpose.
In person. There we go.
But it was like really cool. I really liked that like vibe of being outside. It was a whole amphitheater that was outdoors, which was a cool thing for the summer because it was July. And he didn't play that song. Like, Weird Al has been around for so long, way before we were born. Oh, yeah. And he has, I don't even know how many songs he has. But when I knew I was taking Nick to this concert, I really studied up. I memorized a lot. I know that full song, all 5 minutes, word for word. And I've watched all the Star Wars ones, so I know it. But he didn't play that song. I loved, though, how he did in an outfit change. They played, like, different Weird Al cameos. Well,
he did eventually play, didn't he?
There was a Friends episode that mentioned him, and that went across the screen, and I was like, Night Maid, Friends was mentioned at a Weird Al concert. Yes. But at the very end, for an encore, he comes out in, like, the Jedi robe. Yeah. And they had Darth Vader. They had the, I keep wanting to say Wookiee.
Chewbacca.
Yes, Chewbacca. And Stormtroopers. It was a full performance. They really went all out for it. And all of a sudden, you just hear, a long, long time ago. And all of the weirdos there were like,
we are all weirdos.
You would have thought Nick, oh my goodness, his face lit up and he screamed saying that song.
It's probably, it's the second favorite song ever.
It was really cute.
It's pretty high on the list.
It was cute.
I'm glad it was cute.
Yes. So that was our number 2. So we'll have to go to the honorable mentions.
Yes. What are your 11 honorable mentions?
More than the songs I wrote down.
I know.
Good Riddance Time of Your Life by Green Day. That's a song that's played at a lot of like graduations and stuff like that. It was the goodbye song for Seinfeld as well. Very, very good song. I love that one. Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. A good song about just like how God makes you meet the person that you're meant to be with, even though you go through bad things. Beyond by Leon Bridges featuring Luke Holmes, another wonderful romance song that he is just beyond in love with this person and he wants to make sure he does right by them. Still by, I don't even know how to pronounce this name, Cianabo Say. It was my number one song on Spotify last year. It is the wedding song for Cece and Schmidt in New Girl. Spoiler alert. I cry when I hear that song. Anyone by Justin Bieber. It's one of his newest releases and it's so beautiful and I love Justin Bieber. Spoiler alert. He wasn't in my top 10 and neither was Ariana Grande.
I mean,
that was his guesses.
I had no real idea. There's too many songs to choose from to know which ones you felt like were going to be in the
Justin
top 10.
Bieber is an amazing artist. He's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
But Must Have Never Met You by Luke Combs. Another... goodness, I belt that one. I belted in my car. I'm like, must have never met you. Wow by Sabrina Carpenter and Zara Larson. This was in Sabrina Carpenter's movie. Goodness gracious.
She has a movie?
Oh yeah, it was just out. It's so good and I'm for some reason blanking on it completely.
No idea.
It's not Stick It, but it's something like that. It's such a good song. I love Sabrina Carpenter. Like I've said, I want us to be friends in real life, and I believe we could be. That movie played in the movie, or that song played in the movie, and I was like, Mom, I love this song. I need to find it. Signed, Sealed, Delivered by Stevie Wonder. Very popular wedding song. It's just such a... Again, you have to feel happy when you listen to that song. Habitual by Justin Bieber. That was on his Changes album. And again, such a good song. Such an amazing artist. Who Said by Hannah Montana.
Oh my goodness, there's too many songs here.
I only have one left after this. Who Said by Hannah Montana. I was a huge Hannah Montana fan. I love the message of that song of just being like, you can be anything that you want to be and no one can tell you differently.
Yeah.
And as a child, that's a good message. And Follow Me by Uncle Cracker, which is a song about people cheating on each other. And that was the first song I ever learned to sing, my parents said. They said you would just belt that out all the time. And so it's one of the songs that my family and I get to sing together. And we all love that one. But those are my honorable mentions.
And my honorable mentions, I don't have quite as many, but the first one is Girl's Ex-Boyfriend by Riley and Kay. Song all about just the fact that I wouldn't be with someone if they didn't have an ex-boyfriend, because that's what kind of got me them, which is true for me.
I get it.
Yes. Remembering Sunday by All Time Low. Dude's just trying to find a girl, basically. Fell in love and then she left. First Date by Blink-182. All about kind of just a dude being nervous for his first date with someone, which I feel. Of course, White and Nerdy by Weird Al is my favorite rap of his, especially since that's who I am. And then Strangers Like Me from Tarzan. My favorite Disney song, but it didn't make the top 10.
That's fair. Well, should we do a drum roll?
I mean, I don't really think that's necessary.
It is.
Beautiful.
Coming in at number 1 is The Longest Time by Billy Joel. It is such a good song. Oh my goodness. I love this song. And let me tell you how I first came across it. I had heard it, of course, before because it's a national anthem. Everyone knows it.
Doesn't make it a national anthem.
No, it is.
Okay.
I
didn't know the song before I met you.
Goodness. You disappoint me with your song knowledge.
No, I have very little.
So the first time I really connected with this song was when watching How I Met Your Mother for the first time. In it, at the end of an episode, Neil Patrick's character Barney is like meeting his future and past and like old self or something like that. I think there are in total 3 of them. And he goes, "All right, guys, we've been practicing on this forever." And it's just one of those weird, stupid things at the end of a show. Yeah. Like after the credits roll. And he goes, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, for the longest time. And that, oh my goodness, he's so talented in singing, because I can't tell you how many times when watching that for the first time, I just kept replaying that scene, and I was like, I'm obsessed. Like, this guy is so talented. He made it like seamless. I know obviously he recorded it in different pieces, yes, but it was so good the way he did it. I still watch that one scene from How I Met Your Mother. I've seen that show like 3 times now, and it was just, I love it. And I love that there are different parts to it. So I forced my family to perform their parts. We all have our designated verses. Mm-hmm. My mom forgets her verse all the time and goes rogue. So she has to sing with my dad now. She doesn't get her own verse. No. Because she'd mess it up. Mm-hmm. We will be performing it at our rehearsal dinner for all to see. Poor Nick, he's gonna have to learn the song when no one's there to sing it with me.
I guess so.
But
I learned it for you,
it's so good, and I memorized it very quickly. I love how that song really transcends time. Like, obviously Billy Joel is older than I am, and
he is. I'm
and
shocked.
So that song came out way before, so it's still popular now, and I feel like it's always going to be popular. I feel like we could be 50, and we're going to be at a restaurant, and we're going to hear, what? And I'm going to be like, all right, children, everyone know their parts?
It will be.
We'll perform now.
The food just got here. We're not singing.
Oh, no, we will. It's also about
food.
love, of course. If you can see a theme in my songs.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a theme going.
And my family sings it together, which is really fun.
Mm-hmm. And to wrap up this whole thing about art,
there we go. I messed up the microphone.
Yes, I'm glad you drum rolled then. But to, wrap up this whole thing about how much we love all these songs, form of art. My number 1 song is Art is Dead by Bo Burnham, released in 2010. It's truly a song about how the art industry, film, music, movies, whatever, it's completely dead. And all it is about making money. No one actually wants to do this anymore. They just are getting as much money as they can. And some of them pretend like they know what we're going through, but they don't, because they have a whole lot more money than we do. Like, the whole, that's the whole song. This is, so, what is it? Before he plays this song, he'll say, the song isn't really funny because he's a comedian, but it helps me sleep at night. It's a great song, just all about how, nothing's really how it seems in the art industry.
I like it when he says, entertainers like to seem complicated, but we're not complicated. Have you ever been to a birthday party with children and one of the children won't stop screaming when he's just a little attention attractor? And when he grows up to be a comic or actor, he'll be rewarded for never maturing, for never understanding or learning that every day can't be about you. There's other people, you selfish butthole.
Yes. But it's that's pretty much the whole song. Just that artists never grow up from wanting attention. They just get fed it. It's their addiction, and no one stops them from doing it.
See, it's a good thing that I always wanted to be a backup dancer.
Yes, thank goodness.
But those are some of our favorite songs. As you can see, there are plenty of honorable mentions. And as
Mostly
I
for
said,
you.
it took me like 2 hours to come up with this list. So it was hard enough
Yeah.
to do that. I guess to wrap up, we can say our favorite artists. Because like both of us said, some of
Weirdo.
our favorite artists didn't make the list
Oh, they
of
all made
top
my
10
list.
songs.
Except for Riley and Kay, but they all made my list.
No, you said, who was it that didn't make the list even though they were a favorite of yours?
Riley and Kay. That's it though. They had
I
an
mean,
honorable mention.
Luke Combs is one. I mean, Billy Joel is my favorite, and Luke Combs, Elvis, Justin Bieber, Demi Lovato, Sabrina Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
So almost all of them made my list. But I just love music so much.
I know.
And I like sharing our music too, because I try to listen to all of those songs that he loves and all of those artists, because I think that music is a beautiful way of connecting.
That's a good way.
But thank you again for joining us this week.
Yes, thank you.
And we look forward to seeing y'all next week with another episode of Judd Talking. And until then, we hope you guys have a great one. Thank you so much. Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.